A mother is the foundation of the house. Many households tend to suffer because of narcissistic parents. It is not easy to deal with it, and at first, you don't even realize it, and by the time you do, you are just too frustrated to deal with anything. We are not in control of how people are, but we are in absolute control of how we react to them. The best way to deal with a narcissistic mother is to adjust your behavior towards her. Before we get into the exact details of dealing with such a situation, let's talk about what a narcissistic mother is like. This is a psychological personality disorder, and various symptoms accompany the condition. A narcissistic mother is self-centered. She will think that she deserves special attention, and will always feel the need to be under the spotlight no matter what. We expect too much from our parents to make it difficult for us to acknowledge that it is okay if they lack somewhere. It is okay to help them out, and they don't always have to be the ones bringing comfort and ease into our lives. They are humans like all of us too, learning how to surf through life. Instead of being ungrateful, annoyed, and irritated, watch this video till the very end. It will provide you with 8 valid points that can help you deal with a narcissistic mother, starting right now. Number 1. Please make sure you get her professional help. You must realize that this is not something that you can deal with on your own. This is a disorder that requires professional help. Make sure that you are taking her to the therapist whenever needed. She needs to be taken care of, and the earlier you realize it, the better. Also, a proper professional should be looking after her mental health. Only then you can expect her to change. People need to recognize narcissism as an actual disorder, and not let them be the way they are. It would help if you made her realize that whatever she is doing is wrong, and this needs to be solved. Of course, please don't take it all on you, and involve other people who can maturely take care of it. Give her some time to heal from whatever has made her that way. We all humans, and we all have our flaws. Some of us are great at working on them and concealing them. Some of us don't have the energy to work on them. At other times, most people do not even realize how wrong are they, so you must have this conversation with her and try to fix her. Number 2. Adjust your response. Selfish people are very great at making the conversation all about themselves. It can be very torturing at times. It can be challenging to deal with. The best way is that you adjust your response towards them. Could you not give them unnecessary attention? Don't let the conversation be about them all the time. Make sure you humbly play your part. Stand up for yourself, and know that there is nothing wrong in doing so. Adjusting your response is one of the essential factors that you should be working on, honestly. This may seem like nothing, but it will make all the difference. It would be best if you were smart enough to understand the intensity of the situation. You have to decide whether the circumstance requires you to speak up or remain silent. Once you master this habit, things are not that hard anymore. At least, they won't affect your mental health adversely. Number 3. Try and learn to accept things. Sometimes, all that you can do is accept things as they are. When you feel like you have done everything in the world, and there seems to be no solution, leave things as they are. They will turn out fine in just the right amount of time. Make sure that you don't have to suffer, and you accept things. You have to make peace with the fact, no matter how hard of a pill it is to swallow. Sometimes life is unfair, and we have no other option, other than just accepting things the way they are. There does come the point in life where you look back and realize that certain things had to be this way, to shape the person you eventually become. Some things are just better left unchanged. Life has its way of surprising all of us. Until then, we can do nothing but accept everything, as if we are unable to change it. Number 4. Ask for what you want. Dealing with a narcissistic person is not that tough of a job, but dealing with a narcissistic mother can be overwhelming. Ask for whatever you want, and don't feel guilty for it all. Suppose there is something that you need to get done, ask her to do it right away. It can be not easy convincing her, but she will eventually realize that she can't just get away with totally neglecting you. Their words hardly match their actions, and the worst part is that you can't count on your mother for everything. So the solution is to ask her to get things done right away. Number 5. Get a support system. It can be mentally exhausting when you have to encounter a narcissistic personality every day. So make sure that you look after yourself as well and develop a support system around you. Get yourself people who truly understand you. You need to be able to count on someone, and you need people to sort you out as well. Make sure you have healthy bonds with the rest of your family and friends. Make sure that you break the chain of toxicity and don't continue it. You must have someone you can talk to and vent out to, otherwise, you can just completely lose it. The trauma will drain you out, and you don't want that for yourself. Number 6. Don't blame yourself. Remember that nothing is your fault. Don't blame yourself for the circumstances that have been provided to you. A narcissistic mother can be cold and blame you for everything that goes wrong, but you have to recognize that this is far from the truth. Don't consume yourself into putting yourself at fault every time. At the same time, please don't get angry at her, since she is not at fault either. She needs to work on herself, and maybe if she gets the proper support, she can transform herself. Usually, such personality disorders exist when people have had traumatic childhoods. So perhaps she has her own story too, and maybe she feels helpless too. Try to help her out, instead of just blaming yourself. Number 7. Please don't argue with her. Arguing is never the solution. It is just like adding fuel to the fire. That is precise what narcissistic people want, and make sure that you minimize the chances of arguing. Arguing and flaring up the situation for no apparent reason can be their favorite hobby, and you should not provide them with the opportunity to. Even if you do argue with her, it will just go all in vain. She will refuse to acknowledge anyone else's point of view and remain stubborn on her facts. Forget about winning the argument, because even if she gets caught lying about it, she will come up with an entire story to defend herself. She will never apologize and admit her mistake, so let go of arguing. Number 8. Make sure that you don't shatter your confidence. Growing up with such a parent can take a toll on you. The best way is to keep checking on yourself and make sure that you don't lose your confidence. A narcissistic mother can make you feel like you are not good enough. Make sure you don't believe it. If you don't work on yourself, people will take advantage of you. Set healthy limits and boundaries that protect your beliefs and values, and make sure that no one else has the power to shatter them down. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please let us know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.